Welcome to practicequestions.net. ACE Personal Trainer Sample Exam Questions, Exercise and Cardiovascular Disease. Which of the following is a health component of fitness? Aerobic capacity, anaerobic power, reactivity, speed. The answer is aerobic capacity. Which of the following is not a positive risk factor for cardiovascular disease? Blood pressure of 138/91 mm of mercury, fasting blood glucose of 101 mg per deciliter, 95 minutes of moderate activity each week, body mass index of 31. The answer is 95 minutes of moderate activity each week. A new client of yours is average sedentary. Which of the following is the best recommendation? Exercise 2 to 4 times per week at 70% of heart rate reserve for 20 minutes. Exercise 3 to 6 times per week at 80% of heart rate reserve for 30 minutes. Exercise 2 to 4 times per week at 50% of heart rate reserve for 20 minutes. Exercise 3 to 5 times per week at 70% of heart rate reserve for 30 minutes. The answer is exercise 3 to 5 times per week at 70% of heart rate reserve for 30 minutes. Your client is 48 years old with a resting heart rate of 72 beats per minute. Which of the following heart rates correctly reflects 60 to 70% of his VO2 max? 100 to 132 beats per minute, 132 to 142 beats per minute, 142 to 151 beats per minute, 151 to 161 beats per minute. The answer is 132 to 142 beats per minute. Which of the following blood pressure readings is considered hypertensive? 138/89 mm of mercury, 120/80 mm of mercury, 90/60 mm of mercury, 141/78 mm of mercury. The answer is 141/78 mm of mercury. Increased peripheral vascular resistance is most likely to lead to obesity, diabetes type 2, hypertension, fibromyalgia. The answer is hypertension. Which of the following is correct for a client who has 2 risk factors for cardiovascular disease? This client may exercise at any intensity without medical clearance. This client may exercise between 40 to 60% of heart rate reserve without medical clearance. This client may exercise between 50 to 80% of heart rate reserve without medical clearance. This client requires medical clearance for all exercise. The answer is, this client may exercise between 40 to 60% of heart rate reserve without medical clearance. For more practice questions, visit www.practicequestions.net.